Hello, welcome back to another Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report. This is on the backside of our little GameNight.net tournament, and back home Jeff and I decided to play a game with the same armies. So he's got his Warriors of Chaos against my Wood Elves. You can see his right flank here. He's got three of these beasties, his monstrous cavalry, the Skull Crushers, that are finely painted and ready to rock and roll. He brought a pretty interesting list with a ton of cavalry. It's not cavalry, sorry, a ton of chariots, and it's a total pain in the neck. So it's the same chariot pictured twice here. This is the second time around. Next to another chariot, just missing the riders. An awesome Demon Prince, which is just so much fun for anyone to play against, but it's got all the toys. If he does wounds, he gets to roll, he gets wounds back. He's got flight, he's level 4 in caster, he's Nurgle, so he's took the Lore of Death. He's got a couple other awesome things, so he's got awesome armor and ward save and like the glittering scales or something, so it's really tough for me to hit him. He's got this unit of warriors, which, yeah, of everything there is pretty much the best thing to deal with. A couple Warhounds with 6 up armor save and Vanguard. So that's just a pretty rad new model in the new book. A whole big bust of Knights in the BSB, and you'll notice I snuck in behind with my Way Watchers. Yeah, I mean, this bust of Knights is brutal against Wood Elves, just absolutely brutal. And so I decided to throw all my Way Watchers at him, and it's a big gamble, but that's a lot of shots every round. Killing blow, that's about all I can do to kill him with any reasonable, basis. Otherwise, I just can't get enough of my units into enough of his, because he's got too many that are just brutal for me. He's got a Hell Cannon here, tucked off in the corner behind this little bit of ruins, and that one's always troublesome. Especially because even if I can get to him, the stuff I can get to him with is not going to be able to take out that War Machine. And then his third chariot tucked in the corner there. So with chariots as core, it's just freaking awesome. Just awesome. So tight. So here's my list. You might remember it, but on my right flank I've got an Eagle, 8 Dryads, and a Branch Wraith with a Cluster of Radiance and Murder of Spites. So I get 1 extra Dispel die each turn, and I get to roll plus D6 strength 2 initiative 4 poison attacks with her. I've got my little unit of War Dancers with my BSB. They're great as assassination and as nice little bodyguard for my mage, but against the warriors, again, I'm kind of baffled as to what I can do. I'm thinking kind of tuck them in. I end up trying to sneak him over to my left flank. I try to set up to fake him out and then get everything on my left flank and then shift out of the way. I have 14 Glade Guard with my level 4 Sorceress of Beasts, 5 Wild Riders, which might be awesome against a Doom Wheel, but we'll see how they do against Warriors. 10 more Glade Guard with a Banner and Musician, 2 times 8 Dryads, 5 Glade Riders, my General on an Eagle with the Arcane Bodkins and Bow of Lorden, so I get the same number of shots that I have on my profile, and that I do attacks, and with no minuses, and no armor saves. So I'm hoping that, it's only strength 3, but I'm hoping that can do a little bit of damage. I do have the Halo Doom Arrow on my BSB, and I'm thinking I'll just get a ton of shots in, see what can happen, and then over the far corner I have 6 Treekin. I've got to protect them because I won't get ward saves against his bigger units, and I cannot go up against his Demon Prince, and I need to just have them in the flank of stuff. So Vanguard happens. I roll to go first, so I Vanguard first. I slide my Wild Riders in front here and my Glade Riders out here. The Glade Riders just shoot off to the left, try to distract and disrupt, and the Wild Riders are just kind of clearing out of the way, and with all their movement I'm going to be able to make my decision where to go. He Vanguards up his Hounds, so they're just coming for me, and It's not too big of a deal. I get to go first. So I move up, not too far, so he can charge with his chariot. Got my dryads here, just near the forest, and my branch wraith. I'm thinking I can hide out in the forest. Hopefully if he charges, I'll survive, be stubborn. I can take out the warhound, see what I can do, try to distract this chariot, and then see what I can do to get into them. I don't do a whole lot with my wild riders. I just keep them over here. I shift around. I made a big mistake here with my war dancers. I bring them in and behind. I should have brought them right to deal with the knights and brought the wild riders. I don't know, get them the heck out of there. You know, have them try to go chariot hunting, but away from everything else. But for the moment, you know, it's not committed too far here. Everything else just moves up. I put my dryads in the forest and keep my general over here. Another big mistake, not a big mistake, but he's outside of everyone's bubble. He's outside of my casting bubble, and he's kind of over here and can't actually shoot anybody this round because he's too far away. Also means he's safe from spells and what have you. He's got the Stone of the Crystal Mirror, so he's got a 3-up ward save, but once I fail it, it's gone. Because I'm outside of this bubble, I have nothing to cast. I didn't get I didn't get a Curse of Anna here or the Amber Spear, so to make matters worse, I can't really do a whole lot, so I just buff my BSB and caster just in case. My Way Watchers open up and they kill 3 killing blows, which is awesome, or 2 killing blows, and then he fails. He rolls a 1 for an armor save, which is just awesome. Exactly what I need them to do. They've taken out 3 knights. Perfect. Super expensive unit. I need to whittle that unit down. I'll at least get 1 more round of shooting. His round 2, he moves everything forward, not too far. He's really generously cautious with the Demon Prince. Casts Soul Blight on everything of mine, so that's what that card's there for. And brings 1 chariot back to deal with the Way Watchers. Smart move. I'm not going to be able to do anything, so I'll just focus on the knights. He drops, the Hell Cannon drops a ball of fire or whatever it is. It's not actually flaming, or maybe it is now, onto these 2 units and takes out 1 from the back unit and 4 from the front. So on my turn, I fly the eagle up, put him immediately next to the chariot, so the chariot cannot see me, but cannot wheel to get closer to the combat and get in everything. I charge with my dryads into the dogs, and I fail with my branch wraith, so she's stuck in the woods. I'm really confident about this. Even with the Soul Blight, I should be able to win this combat, and then I have a direct overrun into the flank of the knights and also directly into the BSB. So, you know, it's a big gamble on my part, but I'm happy with this. I bring the Way Watchers up, so they're still within short range of the knights, and then when he charges me with the chariots, I'll flee, and I have the maximum amount of board. So they're prepped and ready to go, ready to run. Hightail it out of there. I'll bring my Wild Riders over here to protect this flank against the chariot. And everybody else just goes and sets a nice battle line. I now have everybody in nice little bubble. I'm in shooting range of everybody, so I'm just unloading everything I can. He dispels pretty much all my spells except for Wissen's Wild Form, which I get off on the other Dryad's not pictured here. I don't do any wounds on his Demon Prince, even with all my shooting. I put the Dryads in 2x2. I should have put them in 1x3, just so that when he charges me with the Skull Crushers, I can defend. And then bring the Glade Riders back around the corner. So as expected, I beat the dogs, overrun, catch them, and then get into the flank. I've got Wissen's Wild Form, so this is a whole mess of Strength 5 attacks against the BSB alone. And, you know, be next round, but it's perfect. I've got the knights tied up for a round. I can kill the BSB in round 2. You know, can't ask for more. He charges my Way Watchers, who are prepped and primed, ready to run, and they are so good at it that they run and hit the Hell Cannon and go through and right off the board. I rolled an 11, and just about anything less than that. I think, you know, if I rolled an 8, 9, or a 10, it would have got me far enough away. Probably would not been able to catch me, but oh well. His turn. Then he also brings up this chariot, just coming around the flank, trying to get in, stuck in with me. He brings his warriors up and kind of moves everybody else around and back. Just face the Glade Riders and all that stuff. I think you'll see them in the next picture. Yeah, he just turns the face, and so these Glade Riders are doing a great job of tying up this chariot and this flank. Like, you know, I keep shooting, but I can't wound him. Not that I expect to. And this big Gribbly jumps right up into my face, which is absolutely awful. But I ain't scared, as they say. But it's just... He moves right up in front of me, so I'm thinking this round what I'll do is I'll shoot everything I can at him. Hopefully take him down a couple of wounds, see what I can do, hopefully be able to wound him. So I've got all these attacks. My War Dancers, I leave them in the back. What I should have done is just shifted everything so that he can't charge anything else, but I'd be able to charge him. I don't know what exactly to do. I really don't, but I didn't do the right thing. The Hell Cannon fires and misfires and rolls a 6, so it goes boom, which is a full double strength hit on my general, which I then roll my 3-up ward save and I roll a 2, so boom, he goes bye-bye, so that's at least 5 shots that are gone. Just gone. The Demon Prince is so distracted when he does his flame template attack on me, he just completely misses. It's crazy. Just shoots it off to the side. Or not. He hits, you know, a bunch of my Glade Guard and 2 of my War Dancers and just toasts everybody. And so my units, both units are a bit busted down. Luckily I passed my test with the Glade Guard, and so all I can really do is just get ready to shoot him. He charges, kills the 1 unit of Dryads, and then gets into these guys, which is fine with me because this is now, you know, the latter part of his turn, so we don't do this combat until mine, and I'll get to charge him. This, on the other hand, is not so cool, or fine. This is what I rolled with my Dryads. I did 6 hits, and of the 6 hits, I only need 3s to wound, and that's what I do. So he kills one of mine. I think he even passes his armor save, and I roll Snake Eyes when I don't need Snake Eyes. You know, I think I lost because of the musician. All I need, it was just such a bummer. I charge in here with, so my turn. I charge in with the War Dancer, Wild Riders. I'm thinking strength 5 on the charge, get a bunch of attacks. He has to roll fear, he's got to do a whole bunch of stuff. He, of course, gets to turn and face me, so all of his knights are going to absolutely house me. I shift the Eagle and the Branch Wraith up, so I'm out of everyone's charge arc, and just kind of just in the middle of everything, and just to see what I can end up doing. Not just be stuck out there, and then I move these guys over, just out of line of sight. Again, just make it difficult for him to move, and he can't wheel. And I flank charge into Skull Crushers, which I am totally fine with. This is going to be a great combat. This is exactly what I wanted. You know, my hope is that the Dryads survive pretty well. He takes 2 wounds with Dangerous Terrain from charging me and charging through. So he's got an even weakened unit of Skull Crushers. And then I get everyone angled so I can shoot him. Idiot that I am, I don't bring the left Glade Guard back. I move my Sorceress out of the 1 unit, but I don't bring him back far enough, so I'm just looking at the Demon Prince, which is exactly what it's meant to do. And the Warriors of Chaos there, fuzzy in the back, can see me and reach me. At the end of combat, I did a lot of wounds. I've got Wissons on the Treekin. I did a fair number of wounds. I lost more Dryads than I hoped for. I mean, I think I failed all of my... No, I don't get any ward saves. Maybe I should have buffed them. I don't know. But I can't break them, but that should be fine. This one, I just fluff all my attacks. I don't even think I hit. And, like, his guys are tough enough that I need to roll pretty well, and I don't do diddly squat. I did 1 wound, I think, and it was from a horse. And so... And you'll notice on the left side, now that my Dryads were not able to kill the BSB, they're now facing my Wild Riders. So here I should have pulled these guys back, pulled everybody back so that he can only charge so much. I put the left-hand unit of Glade Guard forward so that he couldn't fly in and charge me. Whatever, I unleash everything I can. The Knights come in, wipe the the table clean of my Wild Riders, so that's a pain in the neck. They don't even pretend to survive. His turn, he kills my Wild Riders, then he comes in, destroys the left Glade Guard, and then breaks and catches my caster. It's beating up the other ones. This is her trying their stalwart to fight through it. You know, maybe I should have tried to buff her up or something to get extra attacks. I don't really know. And then, of course, because of poor planning, he overruns into my War Dancers, which also have my BSB in it. So, you know, I just go for a combat res and try to do Killing Blow. That's what I can do. As you can guess, that's not going to go so well. In the background here, unfortunately, you can see I kill the Skull Crusher, but he's, of course, this round not able to kill my Dryad, which means that I cannot charge the flank of his warriors. So this is his turn. He's overrun into the War Dancers, and he's waiting for my turn, and I can't charge him. So all of a sudden, it's going to go really poorly. Over here, I just keep moving around and trying to annoy as best I can. That's about all these Glade Riders and Eagle are good for. So they're at least keeping these extra chariots out of the fray, which are they're just brutal for Wood Elves. So the best I can do is I put my Dryad in the trees, and then I move these guys up. Now, if I'd been able to flank charge and get all these attacks, break his ranks, I probably could have won this combat, and then things would have been very different. So it's very unfortunate. These guys reform, and they come back around to come get me. The War Dancers are dead, and the Demon Prince is whittling me away. I've done 1 wound from shooting from my Sorceress, and maybe 1 other wound from one of my fighters here. But that's it. None of my Hail of Doom arrow, nothing else was able to wound it. even wound it, more or less. Fail a save. He turns to face me with the warriors. And then on his turn, it's going to charge me. So his turn 4, he moves everybody up. He charges into my Branch Wraith. And he rolls his Dangerous Train after this for beating and destroying. But I'm stoked. I got my Branch Wraith beginning to do a challenge. I've got a bunch of extra attacks. I'm allocating them on the BSB. I've got a fair chance of killing. I should be stubborn because I'm a skirmisher. He charges me with the warriors. It's got the flaming banner. That's going to hurt. Thinking I'm okay. Finally, he just says, you know what, screw it. He comes after, just moves the chariots towards me. I've done 1 wound of shooting with my Glade Riders, but that's about it. He gets cast Soul Blight on these guys and is finally able to kill more than 1 or 2 a round, so I'm no longer going to be steadfast. And they're going to go bye-bye really soon. I do only 1 wound to his BSB. I don't even think he wounds me. I don't pass my steadfast. Stubborn, because I'm in the forest roll, sorry. I flee. He doesn't catch me. With the 2 Dangerous Train checks, he kills everything down to 2 knights. But, you know, I can't do anything. The Demon Prince is turned around to face these guys. This is what it looks like before combat. He does a bunch of attacks. I fluff almost all of mine. He does a bunch, and I fail a bunch of reasonable saves, and so 2 die, and I break from combat. Also, I only lost by 1, and I break from that combat. This is what it looks in the middle of the field when I rally and fly my Eagle up. This is my turn 5, I believe. The chariot gets stuck in behind me. I rally with my Treekin, so on his turn 5, he charges the flank and the front with these guys. Again, I'm thinking I should have a fair chance to do some wounds. I should be able to save stuff with armor and ward. And it doesn't go quite as well as planned. I do some wounds, but not nearly enough. They're so great, except for when they roll poorly. So he charges my Branch Wraith again with his knights, which is why they're turned like that. Again, I cannot kill him, even with all my attacks at initiative 8, with only 1 wound left on his BSB. I think I fluff everything, and I hit once and wound once, and he saves that. I mean, I could have used some luck. This chariot's just coming in behind. My Eagle's facing off against the Demon Prince, just why not, right? The Hellblaster's not able to fire anymore, so it's just moving up slowly. There's Jeff in the background laughing as my tree can go running off the board. Actually, they don't go running off the board. They just go running towards the edge of the board. And then on my turn, they fail to rally and then run off the board. Or, you know, they'd flee and then he'd just have to charge me and they'd go off the board. So that was epic. Really epic. And this is pretty much the end of the game. They're over here. I bring my Glade Riders up. I don't even know what for. I might have been tempted to charge. And then in the middle of the board, this is pretty much just sums it all up. It's all of his guys left. I've got an Eagle and some Glade Riders running around. A big loss to me. I have one Dryad left. And that's it. And I really didn't take hardly any points. I killed a lot of his stuff, but I hardly took any points. And it was really, really tough. I mean, I think what I need to do with Wood Elves is I need a different build. I need a Lord that's going to be a little more fighty. The shooting is cool, but it's kind of kitschy and catchy. Same with the Way Watchers. Like they're cool in only the right situation, but they're too many points and they just get wasted. I like playing the Lord just for fun. I need more Dryads. You know, the Branch Wraith, I got some stuff to work on, and I should not, you know, I keep just losing my BSB to silly stuff, and I need to keep all those guys alive. Anyways, it was a great game, a lot of fun. I thank you all so much for watching, and hope to see you next time.